Inkster here. Today I'm going to take a look at some Esterbrook fountain pens. I just got some in the mail yesterday, and I decided I'd like to do the unboxing on camera. I usually do this with just, it's usually me and my hands. You get to see my hands. Right now my hands aren't in the best of shape. I haven't had my manicure. So I'm going to be showing you a few pens by Esterbrook. I'm going to show you the new Camden pen in rose. And in fact, I'll just start showing them. So I'm going to show first the Camden. And this Camden is in rose, and it's really lovely. It comes in this gray textile box with the red logo. Open it up. Comes with paperwork and what I assume to be polishing cloth. I think I can use this on my wooden mannequin as a scarf. Actually, I might try that. It does come with a converter. I already installed the converter. It also comes with a cartridge in case you don't have any ink and you want to start writing right away. The box itself is very simple. I think it's a very nice design actually, and probably easy to store. I don't know if you're a person that likes to save your boxes that your pens come in. I do personally, and the reason for that is in case, I get tired of a pen, I give it away, and I'd like to have a box to give it to somebody in. Rose Camden. Camden. Here's the rose Camden. Very lovely brushed metal in rose, which it's basically a rose gold, more pink than gold. It reminds me of the Apple phones when they came out with the rose gold. It's that same type of color. Screw it. Well, let's look at the clip real quick. Clip it's a little stiff, but it works. I'm not the type that clips pens into my pocket, but I do put it in a pen case. And sometimes I like to use the clip to keep it secure, especially if you use a case like a Knock Sinclair. Open it up. Here's the nib. It actually uses a Schmidt nib. And unscrew this part. There is the converter in place. It also has a nice little, gosh, it just escapes me, a little rubber band to prevent any type of leakage. So like if for some reason your converter does happen to come loose and the ink gets everywhere, I hope that that's there to, it's O-ring. It's an O-ring. So it does have an O-ring to prevent any leakage. So let's say your converter comes out and it gets everywhere. I imagine this O-ring keeps that from leaking out of here and all into the cap. And so that's a good safeguard, in my opinion. There's another thing about the Esterbrook that I've noticed, and the thing is, it's one of these brands that it's like an American heritage brand that's made a comeback. And Kenro Industries actually brought back the Esterbrook, and they've done a great job with it. But one thing it has is something kind of like what the Platinum pens have, the 3776 Centuries. There's one of those spring-loaded devices inside the cap, and I believe it's there to help prevent the nib from drying out, which is nice. So it has that thing where as soon as you take the cap off the pen, you can write with it immediately. The next pen we're going to look at is the Esterbrook. This is one that's been around for a little while. It's not quite as new of a pen. This is the Esterbrook Estie in Tortoiseshell. Comes in a box just like the Camden, except for this is red. And open it up, and you've got the pen itself. So it comes with its own cartridge. It also comes with a converter. It also has Esterbrook paperwork inside of it. So taking it out of the case, it's got a nice feeling resin body. The barrel, it just feels really nice in the hand. Again, it has O-rings all over the place here. And I really enjoy the Estie because it has so many details on it that you really don't notice until you're writing with the pen or you're looking at the pen and you notice all these little details. And it's really nice. So it also has that same thing like the Camden. I guess it's like a slip and seal thing. I don't know. It's that spring loaded thing in the cap that prevents your nib from drying out. So when you uncap your pen, you can start writing with it right away and not have to worry about a dry nib or a hard start or anything like that, which is great. So it does have nice chrome details, silver details. And so when I open this up, it has another O-ring there. Again, to prevent anything from happening, a big mess from happening, which I really appreciate that. I love that. And it's also really nice because whenever you put the barrel back on, it has like, once it twists back on, there's a very secure feeling about that as well. And I really appreciate that. All right, and finally the last pen I'm gonna show you is the new Oversized Lilac Estie. And it's really stunning. Again, it comes in beautiful red textile box, and you open it up and you've got this gorgeous purple, or it's called lilac pen. And it is big. It's not too big in the hand, actually. The thing about this pen that I find very interesting is that you can't cap it. It doesn't, I mean, you can, but it's really awkward. But it's just big enough where you shouldn't have to cap it anyway. It fits in the hand beautifully. And I'm not really a writer or a person. I don't like to cap my pens anyway. Again, it has that mechanism inside the cap to prevent hard starts. And opening up the pen itself, just go ahead and do that. Again, another O-ring to prevent any mess that could happen. And then it has just nice details of metal threading right here. Metal threading, so that's nice. So it's, the plastic pieces won't wear out because it's not plastic. So again, put it all back together. So this is just, I'm really excited about this pen, actually. I really like the color a lot. I like the big size. And just to compare it to, let's see, the size of a regular Estie, which the Tortoise is a regular Estie. It's not too much bigger, but there's a considerable difference between the two pens. Also, to compare the color between the Blueberry Special Edition Estie and the Lilac Estie, or the colors, to compare the colors themselves, because it's like, well, gosh, why would they come out with another purple one? Well, the Blueberry is not exactly purple. It is more blue, more of a blue-violet. Anyway, next to that, so there's the color difference between these two pens, and of course the size difference. I have almost all of the Esties. I'm just missing the blue and cobalt to complete this set. So if anybody wants to send me one, go ahead. Well, that's all I've got to show you today. I'm going to show you some writing samples using the new Lilac and Camden pens. I'll also show you a sample using the Tortoise Estie. All right, now it's time to do some writing samples with these new Esterbrook pens. Right now I've got them in this really cool rickshaw pen sleeve. I think I'm obsessed with the rickshaw paint splatter pattern. It's so cool. The first pen we're going to take a look at and see how it writes is the Esterbrook Camden. It's so pretty. I love looking at this. All right, so I'm not going to write anything special. I'm just going to write basically the pen name and the ink I have it inked with. This is the Esterbrook Camden. I've got it inked with KWZ Maroon 2. It's actually an ink sample that I got from Pen Chalet. I like it so far. I think it matches nicely with the pen. As far as this pen keeping up with fast writing, it actually does quite well. Let's see. This is just scribble. but it keeps up very nicely and it writes really smooth. I'm really impressed with this pen in general and how great it writes actually. It writes very great. Next pen is the Tortoiseshell pen. It's a very nice pen. I like that the resin's actually semi-transparent, so you could see the converter right here. And even when you're twisting the pen, inside you can see parts of it moving, which I think is really cool. All right, so this is the Esterbrook. Oh, by the way, the Camden has a medium-sized nib in it. This is a fine, so that's why it looks so different. So this is the Esterbrook Estie. And it is the Tortoiseshell, and it's inked with Colorverse. Wisdom of Trees. As far as keeping up, I'm not really used to writing with a fine nib, but I do like to have different variations as far as pens are concerned. Especially I do a lot of drawing and illustrating with my fountain pens and ink. So sometimes I need a nice fine line to make very fine marks on drawings. As far as keeping up with fast writing, yeah, the ink flow stays up very well. It's very nice. So we'll just pretend to write something again. It does really nicely. I'm very impressed with this pen, especially it being a fine nib. It doesn't feel like I'm writing with a needle. In fact, it flows very nice over the paper, and I really appreciate that. And finally, the Esterbrook Lilac Oversized pen. And this one has a stub nib. Feels really nice in the hand too. Nice big pen. And so this is, so let's write Esterbrook Estie Lilac Oversized. Actually makes my handwriting look nicer. This one is inked with KWZ Warsaw Dreaming. And makes really nice thick lines. I love this. I love stub nibs. Anybody else out there enjoy a good stub nib? This is a 1.1, by the way. As far as writing really fast with it, it does well. There. I also want to, just real quick, point out something I found on Amazon. It's a really pretty rocker blotter. I just think it was really cool, so. But I wanted to show you guys this. Amazon, what's the company that makes it? It is Nostalgic Impressions. They actually have a website, nostalgicimpressions.com. So if you're looking for a really cute ink blotter, something that'll look pretty on your desk, I highly recommend this. So this is the Pen Gangster, signing off. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed looking at all these beautiful pens. And I don't have a witty way to sign off, except for the only thing I could think of that is in my head right this very moment is a quote from the minimalist artist Frank Stella. And this quote, I love it because it's funny but it's serious at the same time. And he basically says, what you see is what you see. So there you go. All right, take care.